This is a research report documenting the average temperatures for Australia over the last century. This is the same information, but represented as colours and chronologically ordered. The dark blue is the lowest yearly average, while the dark red is the highest.
Graphs are how I make sense of the world, make sense of the data that I'm analysing, make sense and help me answer the questions that I'm trying to answer. But I know that not everybody loves graphs as much as I do.
The power of a good visualisation is that you just get it immediately without having to unpack it. You can almost sort of imbibe it through your skin. It just communicates very clearly and simply.
The eye is exquisitely sensitive to variations in colour, shape and pattern.
You can do quite a good job of explaining something simply without trivialising it. But I think scientists also probably just love all the, bits and pieces and they want to talk about it all.
I think visualisation of climate data has a really important role to play in connecting people with the science. We know that actually what connects people isn't numbers at all, right? It's stories.
But data visualisation isn't perfect and can sometimes lead to an unintended interpretation.
In the Wild exhibition, there was a map that showed human population increasing on the globe over time. We went from the past and went into the future, and we only went up to the year 2030 and then the visualisation stopped. I got this letter from someone who thought that what we were saying was that in 2030, everyone on the planet was going to die because the world went black after that was really actually just the film ending. But they interpreted that as us being, there was going to be a catastrophe in 2030 and the whole, population was going to be wiped out.
However, when carefully considered, data visualization can help us to see patterns and connections that matter. Museums are learning from their audiences about how to meaningfully engage people with the story behind the information.
I do get frustrated with how climate change is communicated in the media. Reporting of climate change and climate science like to show a balanced viewpoint, so they would have a scientist who had spent their life researching the issue and then somebody who disagreed with that, and that's the way that journalism has worked for a long time. But I think if you were sick with cancer, for example, you wouldn't interview a doctor and then interview someone on the street to ask their opinion on your cancer diagnosis. You would talk to a doctor and then maybe another doctor after that.
When I was studying, I think there was still a bit of a reluctance by some scientists to talk to the media or to talk to a more general public audience. And I think things have changed. We just have a whole lot more digital and visual tools to use to help people understand the content.
Data visualization is a vital tool in a world fraught with mistrust and disinformation. But just because the presentation is striking, it doesn't mean the message is easy to look at.